Oh, seems like somebody left me a comment. Let's check. Oh, really? You? Alright, let's see. And it's on this video? Oh my fucking god. I can't even believe how irrelevant this fucking thing is. Why does it keep coming back? Fuck. God, really? I think a video's in order. Let's do this! Hi there people, RussianBox here, coming at you with another video. Today I'm gonna ask you a question. What does Kopaka Master and Unua Master have in common? Aside from their beautifully reimagined masks, fairly symmetrical or entirely symmetrical chest pieces, and their $20 price point, they actually have silver in common. And they both have it on 3 places in particular. Kopaka has them on the thighs and the body. Unua has them on the body and the shoulders. Now, many people excuse Unua's shoulders and body piece, but everybody seems to universally hate Kopaka's silver body piece for no particular reason. The only reason I can seem to find is that people think that they switched the body piece before release. And what do I mean with this? Well, many people seem to think, based on the preliminary images of Kopaka, that he had, in fact, a white Brain Attack body piece. This is false, and I have been saying it's false since they came out on the 14th of September 2014. How do I know this exact fucking date? Well, I have no fucking life. That's probably why. Ooh, I'm so funny. Anyway, here is my proof that this body piece is in fact silver and not white. Look at these 3 colors and the arrows that they point to. I have simply chosen the color that is on these 3 individual spots, and I have seen what color comes up. On the 2015 body armor piece, it is obviously a shade of white and not gray. While on the body piece and the Gurak staff piece, it is almost the same color, indicating to me and probably everyone else that the body piece is in fact not white. Now, I have heard the excuse, well, if you look at the animations, Kopaka's body piece is white, probably indicating that the earlier concept builds had the white body piece. I can prove this wrong by showing you this image. This is an image of the earliest concept builds for these 3 Toa that we know of. And if we look at Kopaka, he in fact has more silver than he did before. Not only are his shield pieces silver, but his thigh pieces are silver as well. And, let's not forget it, the body piece is in fact silver here as well, indicating to me that this white body piece is just simply a recolor for aesthetic's sake, and not in fact based on an earlier prototype. And if you still want to try to argue that this chest piece is in fact based on an earlier build of Kopaka Master of Ice, then I'll just have to say this. Tough luck, you're fucking wrong. Oh, okay, that's a bit harsh. Tough luck, you're wrong, based upon the evidence that we have. I'll say that. Now, what was this entire first part necessary for? Well, it was to help me prove my case, and to lead into this coming part of the video. This here is a little comment feud that I and Mr. Cup of Fail had. It's about the subject I've been talking about for the past 3 or 4 minutes, so let's just get into this. So, let's start off with a small white dog's comment.
Says the guy that thinks a silver torso ruins a color scheme.
It does, with the secondary color being gold.
Now let's read my comment. White is main, gold is secondary, trans blue is the trans color, and last but not least, silver is the accent. Or something, since it is on more places than just the body. Thighs, head, chest, and weapon. By the way, that's your opinion.
You can't see the silver head with a mask on, and the weapon is not part of the body, so the silver is only on one part of the body that sticks out, since it's the only silver from everything else of the body being gold with nothing to balance the silver, like with Unua Master and Akimu 2015 for examples.
Oh my fucking god. Oh god, that was hard to read. Fuck. The problem I have with that comparison down there is that Akimu has silver on 4 parts of his body. Unua has 3. And Akimu's are spread out to both the top of the body and the lower part of the body, while Unua only has 1 part on the chest and 2 giant pieces of silver covering 2 golden pieces of armor. On Kopaka, there is no such thing. In fact, it's the other way around. The one big silver piece of armor on Kopaka is partly covered up by a golden chest piece, kind of covering it up. So, out of the 3 examples given, Kopaka is the only one that covers up the silver piece with a piece of gold, hiding it. Moving on.
Didn't you contradict yourself? The head is part of the body.
Yes it is. But I do understand what Mr. Cupafale means with not counting the head, since it's mostly covered by a mask anyway. Anyway, moving on. I see that you ignored the silver that I mentioned, the silver on the thighs. And that would even it out according to you, since Unua has the same exact amount of silver on him without the head and weapon, which is one of the points I brought up in the previous part of the video, so go back and check that if you forgot.
I have said that the silver head is covered up by the mask, and if we counted the head, a majority of Bionicle sets stick out, even though the head is covered up.
Which has nothing to do with my comment, so I suspect he actually made that response to a small white dog. And even though the comment was not addressed to me, most likely, I did decide to respond with this. But since the head is silver, that would also be an indicator that the silver is a neutral color, like light gray and dark gray from Gen 1. Which is, you know, kinda true.
What silver thighs? The only silver on them apart from the head is the body armor. Unless you're talking about the sticker, which still doesn't balance the amount of silver and gold, nor does it make less of an eyesore.
Oh, it seems like I read that wrong. It actually says less of a eyesore. Because, you know, grammar isn't a thing.
Still staying in that box of yours as always, I see.
I don't know what box you're talking about, but okay.
As I've already said, the color of said head is covered up by the mask, especially masks like Tahu and the Mystica. It wouldn't make much sense to even bring up the HTE color of the head, unless it's like the 2016 Beasts.
Actually, you dimwit, I was comparing Kopaka to Unua in this case, since they both have the exact same amount of silver on their bodies, and yet you favor one over the other for some unknown reason. Probably insignificant reasons. Because, you know, he has been known to nitpick, which is really insignificant reasons to hate something.
The shoulder uses the 3.0 gold paw pieces, but they are attached differently on the skeleton part of the torso, and not the same attachment like Tahu and Gali, which I don't like because it gets in the way with the knob function.
Kinda sucks then that those armor pieces don't come with 2 points of articulation or anything. Otherwise, you would have been able to move them out of the way. Oh wait, you can! By the way, silver on the thighs, not silver thighs, you goof. That's right, you misread silver on the thighs as silver thighs, which are really different things.
Comparing Kopaka and Unua of gold and silver is like comparing an orange to a watermelon. They both aren't even close to having the exact same amount. Unua have 4 gold pieces and 3 silver pieces, 2 of them being large silver pieces, whilst Kopaka having a silver body armor. Counting the silver doesn't do any favors. Also, I'm talking about the dislike bar. Now I'm going to go do something in the now of a left-winger Warframe YouTuber tweets about that we shouldn't have free speech in the US, then something that is now dead.
Grammar, motherfucker. Do you speak it? So, what I'm getting from you is that if the silver pieces are large and stick out more on a set with gold in it, that is okay in your mind. Good to know, fuckhead. Yeah, G2's dead, just like Generation 1 and HF.
When I brought up that 2 of the silver being large is that it makes up for the 4th silver and the silver is only a more by a small bit. Also, I was talking about the horrible comparison that makes me want to write an apology letter to Joshua right after I upload that video on him today. And G2 got cancelled in the middle of its 2nd year.
Seriously, go to grammar school. No, it really doesn't. It actually makes the color scheme more fucked. It is your opinion that it is a horrible comparison, but sure, go ahead. Write an apology to that guy, whomever he is. Yeah, without really scrapping any story content in the process. They just rushed the hell out of it.
Dude, it's obviously a horrible comparison. Quapak just have a silver. Oh yeah, forgot that you call yourself Box now because you want to stay in that box of yours and think G2 is God gift to the world. Also, coming up with your own story for how G2 ended is better than a shitty ending that feels more like a knockoff of MLP.
As you yourself mentioned before, he has stickers with a lot of silver on them. So stop contradicting yourself. And Kopaka having 1 piece of silver partly hidden by a piece of golden armor is a lot better than having 3 giant pieces of silver that aren't really covered at all. Actually, I call myself Reshombox now, but you get an A for effort, Mr. Fail. Indeed, but having an ending is better than having none at all, which in itself borrowed a lot from Bionicle. The circle is complete.
I didn't even said that the stick of a lot of silver, where did you got that from? Because I remember talking about the sticker, which still doesn't balance the amount of silver and gold. You should stop putting words in people's mouth like what you did with Ian about Kopaka.
Okay, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, so please tell me. No, wait, don't tell me. You're not talking about this, are you?
There are no new pieces aside from like masks and weapons, and that's pretty much what every Hero Factory line since Breakout was like. Really now? Are you gonna go that far? Seriously?
Oh my fucking god. If you are, you're a dumbass. You're a dumbass.
Plus, we all are still going to call you Star Potter since you're a Star Pothead.
Ha, your jokes suck.
Also, I find it funny that when you change your name, you put in the box of, oddly like how I do mine with cup of. I would rather make my own ending than that.
Sure, I can concede that, except for the fact that you've named every video you've released in the past year Cup of, while I've only named 3, including this video, The Box of. So, you know, you're a bit off the mark. My point was that you acknowledge the existence of the sticker, which contradicts your statement that there is only 1 place on Kopaka's body with silver on it, says the guy who keeps claiming that I worship G2 without giving any citations when I ask for them. I know, but I really don't care, Mr. Fail. Is it really that odd? I named my response series a box of when my name is Reshombox. And unlike you, I only use it for 1 type of video, not all of my videos. Good for you. Done. So what conclusion can we draw from this conversation? Mr. Cuppafail has a double standard that he doesn't fucking care about, ignores problems with sets that he likes, and he nitpicks still. So yeah, you know, nothing's changed. Oh, and another thing we can conclude is the fact that Kopaka never had a white chest piece. He always had a silver one. So I was right. And nobody cares. What the fuck is going on? No! Oh, hey, a new design. Really cool. Oh, I'm a Kikama now. Well, that makes sense. Just look at that guy. He has a Kikama too. And I guess I'm him, so yeah, you know. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, dislike, I appreciate both. Comment, I appreciate that too. And subscribe if you want to. See you later, bye.